So updates. So this is 3 days after I did the spark plug swap and fuel injector servicing. So I've driven the car these 3 days, and yeah, all those issues gone. The jack I was talking about, whatever that made me to do that, was gone by the next day I drove the car. That as in, I didn't drive the car that day. I did the job, but it was on Sunday. So as soon as I took it out the next day, Monday, and in fact, okay, I don't know how to say that. It's as if the car became more quicker than it ever been since I owned the car. I don't know for sure. I'm not saying, sometimes could be. Anyway, so what? Of course, honestly, it wasn't the injectors that caused it anyway. That one I know. I knew the injectors were okay. I only serviced them just since I've already removed the manifold, so I could have just could as well do it. So I believe it was the spark plug that caused that particular issue. Remember, I removed the spark plug OEM that I first put on my D9. I purchased in 2015 or 2016. So new ones. So at some point, one of them failed, and I knew the mileage. It hasn't covered that mileage. It's supposed to be up to 100,000 kilometers before you replace it, but for some reason one failed. Can't remember. I couldn't tell why it failed. Could it be maybe there was a time water entered that particular chamber? Remember VCs sometimes if you watch the engine, water may enter too and then settle on the spark plug and the coil. So I couldn't tell if that was what led to this death, but it just stopped working. I thought maybe it wasn't the coil. Removed it, clean it, put it back. Same issue, same cylinder misfire, same everything. How I knew it was the spark plug was when I now switched the ignition coil to another cylinder, switched the spark plug to another cylinder, started the vehicle. The same cylinder that the cylinder that now have the spark plug I removed from the one that was previously misfiring. It started misfire. So and that's how I knew it was the plug. So I now changed and put a different, because I didn't have the OEM anymore, so I used something else, probably NGK or so, and put there. The misfire went away. So it now has 5 OEM and none 1 OEM. That was my D9. So eventually I decided to remove, since they were not complete OEM. So I got another set, new set, alternative or equivalent. I don't know how the quality may not be close to that of OEM. So I did that and kept those 5 anyway. So this actually, when this one started doing like this one, ever since I got the car, I've not changed the plugs because the spark plug, because the OEM no longer in the market. So because they were still working, I decided not to bother changing them. So then this issue now happened. So, but what I now noticed was, I don't know, you can recall ever since I got the car, it has always been OEM. But I was wondering how come when I now remove the whole 6 spark plugs, I have only 3 OEM and non-3 OEM. I just couldn't understand. I'm suspecting that probably this thing happened. There was a time I remember that time that I removed the catalyst, the bank 2 catalyst, to check if it was blocked or not. So I called the person I was working with, the mechanic I was working with. I asked him to remove the rear spark plugs and swap in and put the rear to the front to the rear. So I wasn't there when he did that. So I wouldn't know why. Probably he did it. He felt those 3 were not weak. He went and put something different there. That one, because I've never seen. It was later that I started running inside my mind that I was very sure I didn't put those spark plugs there. It was only my D9 that I know I put only one that that wasn't OEM. So how come this particular D2 Coupe now has or had 3 non-OEM spark plug? One NGK, the other 2 were Bosch, but different part number. No, 2 NGK. No, 2 non OEM. One was Bosch, one was NGK. So I didn't know how those 2 came there when we were there. So anyway, I decided to. So my point is, it could be that what caused that problem. It most likely was because of those 2. Because those 2 plus, I'm not sure. Maybe because when you start and run them, they still run well. Engine idles well, accelerate well at idle until you engage load on the engine, then issue comes up. So most likely, I expect that it won't work well with the other 4. It's not good to mix engine, especially when it's not even recommended. Remember, one of them, it was difficult to remove. It was as if it was the thread didn't match the thread on the cylinder, the thread on the spark plug. So as I wanted to put it back, it was doing almost the same thing. So I was like, no. So right now the car has complete 6 OEM spark plug used from my D9. Okay, I now had to take one because D9 didn't have D9 had only 5 OEM and 1 non-OEM. So I now took one of the, well done, good night. Took out one of the OEM that I removed from this engine that came with this car. Remove one and put back, so to make it 6 OEM. Man, the car performance now is different, completely different. So if you use this ES9EA, I will recommend OEM. If you can't find OEM, go for the alternative or equivalent of OEM. Don't just put anything that has the same design or same shape or looks like it. Go online, figure it out. If you see a spark plug, even if you go online to see whether it is a good alternative for this engine or for the OEM. If it's not, don't use it. Let me put it a different way. If I do not see the OEM or equivalent of OEM for this spark plug or a good alternative, I would rather use the spark plug for EW engines than use any of these platinum or iridium spark plugs people put anyhow, because it's platinum. You assume that it will work or it will match, or because it's iridium, they say, oh, iridium spark plugs will last longer. It doesn't matter. What matters is there are so many things about spark plug that it's not just every spark plug that will work on that engine just because it can enter and fit in, that make the engine to be more efficient. So that was one of the things. And also avoid mixing different spark plugs. I've always known that, which was again why I decided to change the set of OEM or the set of this entire spark plug on my D9, even though I knew the other 5 were still working well. But because one has failed, so I was like, no, I don't want to have different model brand of spark plug running with the OEM. So I had to change all of them. And I knew the spark plug have not done mileage that is enough for me to replace them. So I know they are still good. So those are the lessons to learn from here. The car performance now is, wow. In fact, all this talk that D2 V6 Coupe or 407 Coupe V6. Okay, no, I don't think I've ever said it's not a quick car. No, it is. It has always been a quick car. But man, this time I don't think I use that word again. I mean, man, the car is very fast now. Quick, not fast. Very quick. But of course, I still will not say it's quicker than my 406. Who knows? Maybe I'll try, but man, how it takes off now is very, very intoxicating and interesting. You know. So I'll take it back. Yeah, even if I ever said it before that it's not a fast car or this and that, yeah, again, I'll take it back. Take it back. Oh, this, I put this in just to cover. Anyway, I think it's almost done. Don't like, if I once I park the car under the sun, I always like to cover it. But it's almost late. As you can see, 5:25 p.m. So oh, beauty. So don't take everything for granted for this engine. Make sure the spark plug, number one, make sure the spark plug is well tucked in. That's what I mean. Tight it well. Don't over tight it, because one of them I noticed when I was removing it, or when I was tightening it, got a point. It just was difficult to keep going down. Yet it hasn't leveled up with the other one. It hasn't got it to the edge, so that would mean it will be leaking pressure from there, so which will also cause that misfire. It could even be that one that caused the whole thing. So so make sure that you tight it good enough so that it seals that opening well. Otherwise, as combustion is taking place, it can be losing pressure from there and it cause overheating. No, it will cause misfire or have that kind of issue when under high RPM. It may start to jerk or do all those kind of things. Alright. Okay, so that's all. I think I'm going to leave it here. So till next time.